Okay, good morning. So we have been working on our bash script so far. So I remember that we covered till the loops, I believe. So after that, we have like arrays, some functions and arguments and processings and all. So let's go ahead and start with that. I'll make this bit big and another profile. Okay, so we did discuss yesterday about tail loops. So let's go ahead and jump onto the next concepts called the arrays. So I'm sure you might be knowing like arrays or list, right? So if you know a bit of Java or Python, so you may mention them as a list. So we can also call the list here, but in Bash we mention them as an array. Okay. So what is the array and why do we use it? Okay. So you have a variables, right? So variable always contains one value all the time. So if I annotate, so you have like your a value. So a will be always 10. So you do some operations. If you want to override the value of a, you can actually make a also 100, right? That you could also do it. But what if you want to store multiple values in a same variable? You want to store multiple values in a same variable. In that case, we use list or the array to perform this action. Okay. So what that will be? So you will be having a variable. Okay. And now you want to store it as an array. So in that case, first array will have like this. I mean, you don't see it in action, but this is how it is going to store the multiple values in the same variable. You have positions. This is called the 0 position, 1 position, 2 position, 3, 4, and then the 5. These are all the positions. Now you can store the values here. So I'm going to store here X, Y, Z, L, M, N. See, only one variable is now be able to store X, Y, Z, L, M, N. These are all the values. So if you want to retrieve the value of this, then you need to mention as this A of, and which position you have this value? 0, right? 0. Then you will get the value of X. But if you want to get the value of position 3, you need to mention A of 3 is equal to L. This is how you get the values. Clear? So to do the length of an array, what is the length of an array? Length means how many values it has currently storing. So you can say it is 5, right? But actually it is 6. The count always starts from 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The length of this array is 6. So if you want to retrieve the first position, it has to be always 0, starting with 0, not starting with 1. Okay, remember that. If you want first element, then you have to use A of 0. Second element, this is position and this is element. First element is A of 0. Second element is A of 1. So this way we actually use it. The reason why we use this, because let's say you are making some API calls to AWS, then AWS send you a response in a JSON. So it is going to contain some key value pairs and the list, so that you can easily store all the variables in one value and then you can extract accordingly. There are various cases as well. Okay. Now I will clear this and then start an example. So if I open up the first arrays here, so this is how you mention an array. You see, or you can also mention directly. I declared here as minus a variable minus a parameter as an variable is alpha, and then here I mentioned the direct. I did not declare it, I used it directly. Now let's go ahead and see how it is works. So I'm going to open up array.sh. Okay, bin bash, I'll clear it. So you want to take your variable, okay, variable. Now you wanted to use something. So first you need to declare, right? Sorry, declare minus a var. Okay, so let me cross verify once. Yeah, there is no space. You are going to start the values. So you will say like 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. And now let's print the value of a, echo. Maybe I'll just print the a is equal to dollar a, echo a of 0. Sorry. So a of 0, you need to mention like this, dollar, okay, dollar, curly braces, two curly braces inside a, and then position is 0. That's it. Now let's see what it has, what it will print. I'm saving this and then running this. Oh, I did not close this here. I use variable var, not a. I'm printing a. How silly. There you go. So what happened now? So when I say a, dollar a contain this much of values, right? But it printed only 100 to me. That is fine. But a of 0 has printed 100. That is good. But what is the difference between this and this? This means, so a, whenever you just mention the variable, it always points to your first element, which is 0th position, that is 100. Always. But if you want to print more, then you need to mention this way. Okay. So now let me do this. I would say a of like 1, my first second element, that is a of 1. I saved this and run this. You see, you got the 200. Now if you want to print all the elements, then you need to do same dollar here. Okay, a of, you want to print all the elements, you do at means all the elements. So if I save and then run, see, you got all the elements printed. If you want to print the length of an element, so you need to add a length of an element will be dollar here, okay, colon. Here you need to put a hash a all the elements. So you will be using at. That's it. Now let me save this and run it. You see, length. So difference between this and this is hash. If you want to get the length of an element. So if you just want to get the length of a variable, so length of the value, then you can do the same thing. Okay. Length 1 is equal to dollar of, you put hash here a. I want to take the length of the my second, my the fourth element, which is the third position. See, this is 3. 3 means the length of third position. 0, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. 3 is the length. So that is what the arrays we use for. Okay. So you can also use it for the loops as well. So if you want for element in dollar curly braces, a of at. Okay, then do echo printing element. So you will be printing like a element and then done. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can also loop an array like this. You will get all the values one by one. That is what the array. So you can also mention directly. You don't need to declare it. You can also say b of 0 is equal to abc, b of 1 is equal to lmn, b of 2 is equal to xyz. You can also do like this. All b is equal to dollar question mark b of at see all of b abc lmn xyz. So you can also mention like this. Okay, got it. Now how you want to add a new element. So if you know the length of it, then you can add it. Okay, but if you want to append automatically, then what you can do is this is how you need to do. So b is equal to, okay, you add this dollar b at, it is going to give you all the elements, and then you see add something. This is like appending another value. Appending means you would add it to the new element. If you know the length, you can say directly b of 3 is equal to something. But if you don't know, you just want to append it, then this is the way. This is similar to what you have it here. See, this is what you put all the elements one by one. Now what you're doing, you are just replacing this. So this will be replaced with ABC, element XYZ, and then DF. That gets added here. Okay, so now let's print it, same value again. See, it did not print. Oh, I did not use the curly braces, right? See, it got appended. This is the way how you append to existing values. That's what the sample arrays are. So let's check another value. So it's same. So I just added some more robust verbose here so that you can see it here. So unset. Unset means deleting it. So if you want to delete a particular position, you can use a command called unset. Unset is not just only for arrays. You can also unset a variable as well. Okay. So if you talk about it, that is actually important, that unset one. So let's say you have a variable var is equal to 100. You echo the var, then unset var, and then print will have nothing. See, it printed 100 and then nothing. Okay, so that's what the variables unset is for. And then what else we have? 10 arrays, 10 arrays one. So same for loop. If you want to loop through your arrays, and then what I'm doing, I'm just reading a reading like a string, okay, and then I'm taking initialization j is equal to 0, and I'm looping it. So now I'm using a condition what, whenever the $i means the value of each element is matches with my string, then I'm going to print this. If not, then I'm just looping the counter. I just wanted to know the print the position, so that's why I'm using this 0 position here. Okay, it's like a small variable, and then the for loop that you can use it. And then Yeah, arrays are that very simple. It's not a big deal. So any doubts on arrays? One, two.
No, I'm good.
Good. So now let's talk about functions. So functions are really, really important. Okay, in the batch script. So you might have seen the same function concept to all tools and technologies. So if you take Java, if you take Python, if you take Node, anything, they all have like a functions. So what are these functions are? So these functions are there to help you automate your boring stuff, automate your repeated tasks. So let's say in a company, everybody wanted to download the files, perform some validations, and then it prints the something. Since everybody is using it, rather than everybody writing their own code, what you could do, you can write one common function and let everyone access it. So by that way, you will ensure that they don't need to write the same code again and again. They can just source it. That's what the functions are used for. Okay, now let's go ahead and create our function. So I'm going to start my first function slash bash. I'm clearing the screen. It's always recommended you mention the function name as a function. Okay, so we know the multiplications, right? So we know like our if you recollect, so we did this discuss about this one expr, right? 10 plus 20. The value of c will be value of c will be 30, right? We did discuss this if you recollect this. So like a expr is a command. I'm going to put them in a backcode. What it is going to do, it is going to perform arithmetic operations. So 10 plus 20 is equal to 30. Now you can actually write a small function for this use case. Let's go ahead and write a small function for this. Okay, I'm going to take my first function called arithmetic. Let's assume it as a just arith. Yeah, I got it this arith. So I'm going to open up my brackets. You need to close it. So within this, you need to write the logic. So what my function is, my function will be, I'll be using like this arith, and then I pass 10 plus 20. This should give me 30. I pass 10 minus 20. It gives me minus 10. 10, 20 multiplication. 10 divided by 20 division. I want my function to perform these operations. This is my requirements. Now let's go ahead and write a small function for the same. So I've got it. So in this case, I will be having like a three variables, right? So I'll be taking a as my first argument, b as a operand. I would say operator is equal to $2, and then b is equal to $3. So I'll be using like this arith 10 plus 20. So now the 10 is $1 plus is operator, 20 is $3. Three arguments I'm passing to this function. We remember, if you recollect, we did cover these arguments as well. Okay. Now I got this. What I'm going to do, I'm just comparing now. If my $2 is equal to plus, then what I need to do, I need to echo, I need to perform the sum, right? A plus B, and then elif. I mean, I'm just taking a small example, but you can also write this in a small code also. But I just want you guys to understand this. So I don't need to use opper here. I used variable, right? Operator is equal to minus, then echo A minus B, and then elif dollar opper is equal to multiplication. X done. So else, so final option, you don't have any. So you can just print something else, echo incorrect option. You can say this. So now you understood, right? So I'm passing three arguments to this function. The first argument will be a value. Second argument will be operator. Third argument will be another value. So I'm comparing if I'm storing these values. If operator is a plus, I'll do the plus. If it is a minus, I do minus. X means this, slash means this. Okay, I'm printing echo. Echo means this will be my returns. Okay, now I store this. Now let's see how you need to call this. Okay, so I'm calling earth 10 plus 2. I save this. Now let's see the output. 10 plus 2 is 30. Now I call another function earth 20 minus 10. Okay, see 10. Earth is equal to 40 x 100. This will be 4,000, right? So it's working fine. But if you want to store the output in a variable, then this is how you need to mention. Okay, sum is equal to, you just need to put them in a dollar. Earth 10 plus 20. So it did not print. See, this value is not printed. Why? Because now this echo, whatever you're writing, this will be stored in this variable. Okay, so if you want to print it, you can just print sum is equal to dollar sum. Save this and run this. You see, this is how you use the functions. Okay, clear? Any doubts on this? So if you wanted to automate a repeated task, then we use the functions. Okay. Now let's check another option here. So rather than I'm passing here, I don't have this operator, right? Now let's see what I get it. Incorrect option. Okay. That's what our small function is. Now let's check what other functions we have it here. So in this case, what I use like a get data here. That's get date. It is going to give you the date. We have like addition, we have like a subtraction, but we together made this, right? We together combine all this and created one function. That is good. Now let's go and check the second function. Second function, we are using like a check file. So check file function, I'm using I'm just a check file abc.txt, check file xyz.txt. So what it does, it is going to create the file for me. If it exists, it doesn't create. If it is not, it creates. See, check file, I am passing an argument. Check file is a function. I come here, I loaded my argument into file name, which is the fname variable. I'm verifying minus e. Minus e going to check if the file exists or not. If it exists, then it is going to print it. If it is not, then it creates it. It is like similar to our touch function that is doing. Okay, that's what the touch is here. And then I have like a third function here. Yeah, so it's like a flag. So remember, we did discuss about this printing the stars here, right? With the loop within a loop. I told you, I think to print like this thing. I'm not sure how many of you actually able to finish that. So this is like a flag, which is going to print a flag type of thing. So I have like a print flag 20, it prints 20. I say print flag 10, it prints 10. Now you see, so you have automated the entire your print of your stars in one function. So if you give this function to everybody and you kept in one common location, they can source it. And after that, they just need to pass print flag to the print flag 10. If if they have a use case of printing some things, they can use it. Now let's see how it is working. Okay, I'll just copy it as it is. Function 1.sh. See, let me first. So when if you want to explain it, you have like here print flag function. Bash. I'll use clear. It is good that you put a name called function. So function print flag. We have taken a variable called number. Your number you're passing as an argument, initializing, and then looping till the number, and then I have taken another variable, initializing, loop till it matches with the value. If I is 1, 1 star, I is 2, 2 star, I is 3, 3 stars, I is 4, 4 stars. Same here, I is equal to 1, less than, I, j is equal to same, $I. So if I is equal to 1, it will be 1. It just prints those many stars. Okay, now let's go ahead and call this function here. Print flag 10. Save this. See, printed. I mean, assume like it's like a flag. It is printing this pole and this like a basement. You will be having like a flag structure here. I don't know how to print that. You see, that's what the thing. Now, if someone wanted to print like a big flag, which is like a 20, they can also pass 20 just and then print it. See, they don't actually need to work on again and again. So if you just say 4, so it's a 4-star flag. Okay, so now you see people just need to use this command in their functions, in their script. Everything is fine. Got it? Any doubts? Hello? I think, yeah, we have that big example that I covered, right? So it has here. It's the same. Addition, subtraction, results. Yeah, so if you observe carefully, what I have done here is I have taken a function called arithmetic, and then I'm storing all the values in the result. You see, in a variable called result, and I am sending that array as a return. Now this value will be stored in my variable called variable. So if you want to print the sum, I just do a 0. If you want to print subtraction, I just do the 1. It's again good, beautiful example. Combination of arrays and function. Got it? So now arithmetic of 10 2. Arithmetic means you all plus minus, right? So it's getting stored here. Addition means in 0th position. Subtraction, 1st position. Multiplication, 3rd position. Division, 4th position. Sorry, 3rd position, the 4th element. So like you have modulus. Modulus like a 5th element, which is in 4th position. So you can also manage like this with the arrays and the functions together. And then we have another function here. I think it's repeated, so we don't need to worry that. I mean, you can use your own name, this means. And then we have like a file operators. So how am I going to read a file? So you might be seeing this like in some of the examples. So you have like a CSV file. Now you need to read that CSV file to process something. So in that case, I'm just going to take a variable called file. Okay, I add this here bin bash. clear. Okay, I would say read minus p, please enter the file name. So I would take it in a variable called f name. Okay, so while all I need to do is I need to use a while loop. Okay, and then I'm going to take a variable called line, while line. That's it. Here I said do. That is what my starting the do, right? Right, do. Now I need to, if you want to print it, you can print it. If you want to store in a variable, you can store it as well. Okay, I'm just printing it line by line now. I'm going to print dollar line. Done. Okay, here this symbol you need to give a f name. So if you observe carefully, so we know the while loop, right? So while loop, what I'm doing, I am just reading this. Since it is a variable, I need to use read here, I think. So while this is a condition. So condition, I'm rather than putting a condition, I'm actually reading line. It's a variable called line. So that will be stored. This is my print statement. This is my done statement. This is where I'm passing the file name. So what it happens, so this loop will be rotated for every line in this file, and every line will be loaded in a variable called line, and then I am printing here. So if I have 10 lines, so this file is passed to this loop. The first line will be read. Okay, why? Because I used the read and then variable. So the line contains my first line and I'm printing it. The line contains my second line, I'm printing it. Third line, I'm printing it. Fourth line, I'm printing it. So this way, I'm going to read my file through a loop. Okay, so if I save this and then run it, please enter a file name. I print abc.txt. See, it has this first, second, three, four, five. If you want to check it, you can check it. See, so this is how you read a file. The reason why we use this, so in case you need to read a file and you want to perform certain things, then you can do it. You can also load them in a variable and then you can also use it further. But typically in a bash script, you see very less file operations, because it's very bit tough to do it. If you take like Python or some Java, you have packages available which you can easily use it, like CSV modules, JSON modules, and all. That is one way that you can read your file. And then the same. Yeah, this is the same. So I can also use this way also. I can cat this. Cat means I am going to print my file details and then I'm looping it. This is like bad example, but the way which I used is the right way of using it. Okay. But if you want to read the file, you can just simple cat it, right? So another file one here is same. So it is like I'm adding some more enhancements here. What I'm doing here is provide the file name that you want to read, provide the string you want to check for. It is like a small grep. It is like a small grep. So now I have a file here, cat. I'm printing that file. I'm looping that every line. Okay. And then I'm doing a grep, echo $I, which is my line. And then I'm grepping that string. I'm sending all the output to dev null. So dev null means it doesn't print you. And then I'm using $? So what this contains? Can someone tell me? What is $?
The last command's the result actually.
Yeah, the return code. The return code of last command. So this command has a, so if it's successful, then you will have return code as 0. And this command goes successful only when it is able to find that string. So if it is find the string, then this becomes 0. So now I'm printing string. String is in $j line in $file. Now I am finding the line number and as well as a string. Whereas grep is going to give you how many matches, but it doesn't give you the file numbers, right? I mean line numbers. So I'm getting the line numbers also. So if it is not matched, I'm not doing anything. I'm just increasing the counter so that the next line will be read. Okay, let's check this example and then copy it and then give it a try. I use like a file one.sh, right? I save this. Now this is like second, right? I'm going to look for this second one. Okay, file one.sh, enter the file name abc.txt, enter the string second. See, second string is in second line in abc.txt. So if you do the grep here, grep second abc.txt, it is not going to give you the line number, right? But now I'm getting the line number also here. This is like a small. You can also convert this into a function also, right? So people are using grep, right? You can also convert this into a function as well. How can you function? You just need to put all this logic in a function and read the arguments. Like you need two arguments, your file name and the string. Okay, so if you really want to do that, let's say it's like a grep, right? So I will say my grep. Okay, I'm just using my grep as a function. Okay, I need to pass the file name. So I'm loading this in a variable called file and then string, dollar string. So whatever you have these two lines, like I'll copy this to yang and then paste it here. So I don't need this. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to put this block in a function. Function is my grep. Okay. And then it needs two variables, right? So it has like a f name. So which is like dollar file. So file is equal to $1 argument and then string is equal to $2 argument. And then I'm looping this, closing this. Got it? So if you wanted to give a proper syntax, yeah, there you go. So now it looks neat. Now let's save this and run this. So this is like a file one, right? So enter a file name. I would say abc.txt and then second. See, now you made a function. Now if someone wanted to use there, so you'll save this file. Okay, I'm quitting this and then you are going to sh file, right? You are going to move this file one.sh to mygrep. Okay, now I change this to mygrep. Maybe I do it here. I have this mygrep. I am going to add execute permissions a plus x mygrep. Okay, so now I can simply say mygrep abc.txt and then second. I want to use like this now so that I can have my own command. So this is like file name and then string you are passing to a file. So now I am going to edit these details. So rather than I'm reading, I'm not reading now. I'm just calling this directly. So pass my $1 argument, pass $2 argument. I just wanted to validate this. If dollar hash number of arguments, okay, is less than 2, sorry, not equal to 2. I need 2 arguments, right? Then usage of mygrep. So you will have example like migrate file name and then string to search. You print this and then you exit it. Fee. Okay, if the pass perfect, then you are going to pass to this function. Now I am going to save this. Now I can simply say migrate abc.txt and then look for second keyword. It gives you error. The reason behind is this command is not in one of your path. Path means, so if you print echo $path here, so this is the path which is going to look for all the binaries. So if you do ls, if you do grep, if you do cat, so these commands exist in one of these locations. That's why it was able to identify the command and run it. So if you say which ls, so ls actually in the user bin directory. So do you have a user bin directory here? See, that's why it is able to identify. Okay, so we also have a path now. What is the path here? Home user bin. This will be local to the user. But if you want everybody in this machine to access your command, then you will be putting them in here, user local bin. Now let's move this, maybe copy this, copy minus AB, migrate to this location /usr/local/bin. Okay, it says copy cannot, permission denied. I use the sudo. If you use sudo bang bang, that means this two exclamations going to replace with the previous command. See, the bang bang is replaced with the previous command. This is fine now. Okay, now it is available. If you say which migrate, you get it now. See, migrate is available and this location is in your path. So it will work now. So let's say migrate abc.txt, look for the keyword called second. There you go. See, now what happened? You created a function. Now you created a command yourself, right? So see, migrate element.txt. If you just pass one variable, it says no. Usage of migrep is this. If people just say migrep, they still get this error. If you say migrep like abc.txt and the word keyword first, it says first. Line number 1. So what if I pass some variable it doesn't find? It is not finding. Again, you need to write enhance your function so that if it doesn't matches, print something. So if it matches, see, if it matches, it is printing. If it is not matching, it's not giving you any information, right? It should say, I did not find, right? You can add that logic also. How do you add that logic? So where it is matching? It is matching here, right? Am I right? Yes or no? Hello?
Ye-
Yes.
Hello? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
So I'm matching it here, right? And this is comparing. If it doesn't matches, this will be important logic, guys. Please pay attention. So now if it doesn't matches, right? I can just simply say else here. Else I can say echo $string not found in $5 fee. Now tell me, does it look good? So if it matches, it is going to print this. If it doesn't match, then it will print this. Correct? As per the logic. As per the logic is correct, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I say first, I'm getting correct. If I say this, what it should print me?
String not found in file.
No,
Mhm.
it's
Okay, let's see. Right? So this condition is not working. Let me check. Output is equal to dollar question mark. Oh shit. I'm editing the file which is actually in the local, right? I'm editing this file, but I'm executing mygrep command, which is actually pointing to this location, this file, not this file. Okay, so that's the reason. So what I'm going to do, I'll just remove this file here, remove -rf, sudo bang. Then I'm going to create a link file. My link file will be pwd. This is my link file, ln -sudo ln -s mygrep. Where you want to create the link, you want to create the link here. There you go. If you say which mygrep, coming, perfect. So now let me execute this. So I don't need all this. I just roll back my changes. Dollar question mark. I saved this. Now let's run this same. Mygrep, you see, it printed in ABC, but next it says not found, not found, not found, not found. Why? So if you say this, it said repeating all the time. Is it a good? Is a good programming? I just want if it prints, if it finds, print it. If it's not, then say not doesn't print. But in this case, it is printing every line. The
Two
reason behind this, we
seconds.
have used a while loop, right? Every loop, this condition gets executed. Every line, this condition gets executed. If it finds in that line, it prints this. If it is not, then it is printing this. So even though if it finds in a first position, it is still going through it, which is a bad, right? Now, how to handle this situation? To handle this situation, what I'm going to do is I'll take a variable called found is equal to false. Found is equal to false. Okay. So whenever this true becomes true, I mean it has printed, right? Then I would say found is equal to true. Then I'm just deleting this. Now here, after the loop, I am checking one more. If dollar found is equal to false, then I'll print this here. Given string does not in dollar $5. Then now see what I have done. So I've taken a variable. I have taken a variable found is equal to false. I'm looping it. If it finds it, then the found becomes what? True. Yes or no? If it finds a string, found becomes true. So in case if this condition never satisfied, so what will be the found value?
False.
False. Why? Because this never become true. So this never got overwritten. So the default was false. It will always be false. So after I'm done with my loop, then I'm verifying. If the found is equal to still false, it means it did not find it. So I'm finding it. So if it has overwritten with true, this becomes false, doesn't print anything. So that is the logic. Now let's do the same thing now. Given string does looks like my found is dollar found is equal to false. Did I mistake? Okay. Let me put them in a string. Save. Oopsie. Looks like this is not getting work. Oh, this variable somehow the scope is not coming up here. Yeah, it is still false. So the scope of this variable is not coming out of this loop. We need to use a global variable for this. Let me quickly verify in the bash global variables. This is not working. Parent shell, there are two ways to pass values from software parent shell. First, you cannot output capture with the command substitution. So the scope is not working there. That's for the stuff. So what happening, right? So we have a variable here, another variable. So since it is a within a loop, so whatever is happening within this loop only. So the value is not getting assigned to this variable. There is a reason found is still false. So what I can do in this case, rather than using the found here, I'll be creating a file rm minus rf like found.txt, and then I will create found.txt. Perfect. And then rather than using the found variable here, I can actually check minus e found.txt given string does not found. Perfect. Else I'm going to remove the file. There you go. What is the existence of the file you verify? Minus e, right? Minus e only. Mhm. 1 second, I'm just checking what is the file operators are. Conditions here. Yeah, minus e file only. This is right. Exists. If it exists, oh, I want doesn't exist, right? Shit, I'm an idiot. So it means not exist. Okay, there you go. So see, second string is found. So if you give some more string, it says given string second does not found in abs.txt. That beautiful. So if you just pass a file name and the string, it says it found in second line. If you pass some random, it says it cannot found because it doesn't exist. Clear? So what I have done here now is, so since the global variable is not coming up, then what I have done, if it exists, then I'm removing the file and then creating a file it in. So it means if it gets created, it means the string matched. And after that, here I'm comparing. If file does not exist, it means it did not find, so it did not create this. So this will be printed. So if it is found, then I'm removing the found.txt file. So this is the simple logic I come up to tackle our error handling. Clear? Any doubts on this?
Hey Lokesh, but how do we pass parameters between functions? I mean, you have to create global variables. Is that it?
Yeah, I was just checking. So I haven't seen the global variable in the bash. You need to actually echo that and then pass it as a return.
Okay.
You need to use a return to pass to the values.
Okay.
So you'll load them in a dollar question mark.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Thank
So that's what it is. And then what do we have with the functions? 13 is there, 13 file 1 and 13 files 2. Okay. Yeah, same. See, I'm also creating the file here. Touch found.txt. I'm removing it. Minus e found. Yeah, I should have checked this file before. Okay. So same logic is just used like multiple steps here rather than one function. So that's what about 13. And then what else we have? Processes. So this is like a typical process that you can actually check in a company. Okay. So you wanted to see whether you have a service running or not. Okay. So to do that, we have a command called ps-ef grep-i nginx. I don't have nginx running here. Okay, let's see if I can install this. Sudo yum install -y nginx. Nginx is installed. Now, can you tell me the command to start the nginx? What is the command you use to start the nginx service? Sudo systemctl start nginx. It's a basic command, guys. So you need to remember this. This is command. Okay. So if you do same ps-vf nginx, so now you have multiple processes showing up here. Okay. So this is like a grep command. So it's also a process showing up here. If you want to skip that, then you will be using -v. So grep nginx, grep -v. I don't want to pass grep. So now I just have only two processes. So if two processes are running, it means my nginx is up and running. Okay, if they are stopped, if they are like stopped, then I have nothing. Then I can actually use this with wc -l with the count. If nginx running, I get 2. If it's not running, I get 0. That is my logic. By using that, I am going to write my own script. Okay, the script will be process check. Okay, process checker something. Then I am going to add my hash. Okay, so let me save this. Yeah, bash. So I'll clear the screen. I'm going to read a command, that service whatever it is running. So I will take them in a variable called service srv is equal $1. So you can verify. So output is equal to, you need to put ps minus eaf grep minus I. You are going to give the service, and then you are going to remove the grep. You don't match that, and then number of count. Okay, this is what the output is. Now let's just print the output once. Output here. I save this. Now let me run this process checker. It giving some errors. ps minus ef grep minus I grep minus v. Oh, I need to pass the argument, right? nginx. So 2, this is running my service sudo system ctl status nginx. Yeah, it is not running, but why it has given you 2 over here? So let's print the output there. When though it is not running, it is giving us a print 2 processes. Let's check what are those processes. Oh, it is actually giving you the process checker command itself. Now let's eliminate that one also. So I think we need to use bracket here and then comma process checker itself, I think. Let's see. I just want to confirm that. Yeah, it works fine. Okay, now it is removing both. And then I am going to do a WC minus L, number of lines. It's giving me 0. Perfect. So if it is running, sudo system ctl start nginx and then run the same command. Why it did not start? It's always giving me 0. Maybe the process checker. Yeah, it is running. ps minus here grep minus I nginx. It is there. So let me run this command and see what is the output. Oh, it's failing actually. No, it is not working. Let me Google this.
Lokesh, I
Mhm.
think we need to use user bin nginx.
No, it can match.
Okay.
So let me see. I think I'm just using the not option there. We need to use a pipe symbol. Damn it.
Okay.
Uh, or actually, what? Oh, sorry. You are right. My bad. I didn't see the variable here. It has to be nginx. Okay. So this will be like R here. So I'll put them in the codes here. and then let me run. Yeah, it's running. So it is giving me 5 now. You see, if it is running, it's giving me 5 value. Got it? So if it is stopped, sudo systemctl stop nginx, and then if I run it, it gives me 3. Why? Yes minus ef grep minus I nginx. It looks like the minus v is not working for this. I think I need to use a backslash. Okay. Backslash escape character. Two still. Yeah, that's fine. Let's assume if it is like less than 2, it is there. If it is more than 2, process is running. So now I am going to compare my thing. If dollar output greater than 2, greater than 2, it means the process is running, right? We can just say the process is running. Okay, else it is going to start the process. Sudo systemctl start $srv. If dollar question mark is equal to 0, that is successfully executed. Okay, the service started successfully. Okay, and then else failed to start the service, and then you exit out of this, and then fee, and then this fee. Clear? So what I'm doing, I'm just verifying the processes. Okay, if it is like greater than 2, it means the process running, so I don't do anything. If it is less than 2 or equal to 2, then I know that service not running, then I am going to perform this. So start my service. If this command executed successfully, then I print this. If not, then I print this. I exit out of my script. Okay, it's like a small script. I'm just fitting this. Okay, I'll add chmod a+x process checker, and then I'm going to create a link file. Sudo ln-s. So this is your working directory. ln-s. From here, process underscore checker. So you need to pass to user local bin. Sudo bang bang, done. Did I do mistake? Okay, so I think it would have created. So let's say which process checker. It is not found because I missed this. So I need to execute the same command.
User local engineer.
Yeah, I need to use here complete. I was too hurried to hit the enter. I need to give the process checker. Oh, it exists already. Okay, let's see. Let's try. It's not coming here. Let's check what I have done. I must have done something terrible wrong here. Okay, process checker is pointing to See, if you the highlight here, right? See this highlight, it means the file does not exist there. There is no script. What's the process checker? The file is here, but why it is not working?
You got a spelling mistake. Process checker versus process, you have one extra S there.
Oh, that's why. Okay, it's my bad. Sudo ln minus s. Okay, I have the commands here, right? So it's only one s here. Okay, now you see. Come on. I need to remove s here, not there. I just did unlink. Now let's link it again. Okay. See, now I got something. There you go. Process checker. Nginx. It's not there. Nginx. You see, service started successfully. If you do the same thing again, the process is running already. See, that's what it is. So you can actually hand the error handling as well. So if someone accidentally give a wrong name, it is failing, right? So let's say CDPD, it is failing. So what is happening? HTTPD is not exist. It is trying to create it. So which is it is trying to start it. So you need to again compare that this process already exists. So how you could do? You could actually read that sudo systemctl status HTTPD. If it gets exit successfully, that means you get return code as 0. If not, then you ignore it. But also you can add that function. So this actually we use it in the company real-time scenarios. Okay. So you wanted to automate your own stuff, then you can create like this. So maybe you are a DevOps engineer. Okay. So it's in a dev or test environment. There's an issue that Nginx always going down, HTTP going down. Rather than you actually verifying this command, you can just create your own script and then you add that script in the user local bin. Everybody can able to do this. Now they just need to run that command. So since you're getting the error, you need to handle the errors properly. Okay. Got it?
Yes.
So that's what it is. So now what I'm going to do. So I mean, if you want to enhance this, let me enhance here itself. So you will be executing sudo systemctl status $srv. Okay. If $? Is not equal to 0, then it is not there. Command failed execute, right? So you can print the service does not, the service is not installed in the server yet. That's it. You just exit out of this and then do a fee. Now if you pass this, if you see, I save this. If you pass HTTPD, what? Oh, sorry. The status. Yeah, it is not equal to 0. It should print this. This is getting fine, but why it is not printing this? Oh, I'm not running this command. I need to run this process checker, right? You see, HTTP is not installed in the server. So since it is also printing, we can actually send the output as well to dev null /dev/null. So it won't print you that one also. Oopsie. I think I need to pass 1 and 2. I think 1 and 2 also to output. Ah, I need to mention. So let me check. It is there in our one of the examples. So we used it in the array arguments file. I think files. Oh, this is how you need to mention. There you go. See, HTTP is not installed in the server yet. If they say Nginx here, process is running. You can also further enhance this. Okay, Nginx stop, Nginx start, or you can also say Nginx install. So I mean, you need to again read all these arguments. So I just using only $1 argument. You can now also use the second argument. So if say start, you are going to start the service. If it is stop, you stop the service. If it is install, you are going to install the service. And you see, just one script, so many enhancements you could do if you know the logics how to use it. So you are using here if blocks, you are using here pseudo systemctl, and you know functions, and you know this as well. The what makes a programmer different is she or he knows how to use, where to use that logic in the script. That's about what a programmer do. We all know all this, but knowing things and putting everything together makes a difference. Any doubts on this? Hello? Hello?
Lokesh.
Okay, so that is about my 13 files 1. 13 files 2 is here. I think not files. We are working on the process, right? This is like another process. So starting the service, the same thing that we discussed just now. And then loops file check. Yeah, this is very important example, guys. Okay, I'm going to give you one task. Okay, so you guys know the cron entries? Cron. So cron means, so if you wanted to run a script automatically every day in the morning, like 7 o'clock, or maybe every day at 6 p.m. after closing business, or you want to run every Monday, or you want to run every month. So this is called the schedulers. And Linux also allows to schedule a script to run, but it follows some syntax, and we call them as cron entries. Okay, so if you go to cron tab.guru, this will have the 5 positions. This position talks about your minute. This is hour. This is day, day of the month. This is month, and this is day of the week. Okay, so if you want to run a script every hour, then minute every hour means 102030450, right? That means every hour. So now I am going to put a star here. This says every minute past 4. I just say every hour, right? So what I need to do here, every so let's say, let's first put this every day 7 o'clock. I'm going to put 0. Let's see, every day at 7 o'clock this will be executed. This is how I need to use it. Okay, if I want to run every day 9 o'clock, then like this. If you want to run every 1 hour, okay, so then I will be using like 24 hours, right? Star by 1 and then star. See, at every minute past every hour. So it means every 1 hour this will be executed. This is what I need to use for the cron. But if you want to run on like every Monday, then you will be using mon every Monday when you want to run 9 o'clock in the morning. So this will run every Monday 9 o'clock in the morning. Now if you want to run like every month this, okay, then you will be putting like a star /12. So every 12 months, every 1 month. See, now this will run every month Monday 9, every month. Sorry, Monday in every month. Okay, that's what it is. So now let's see how I can schedule this. So you will be having a script. Let's say you want to do a cleanup block script. Okay, so you create a cleanup.sh. Okay, so what it does is it is going to perform some cleanup. Let's say find in a slash minus name that matches the log. Okay, which is like older than 90 days. Delete. Okay, this is what you wanted to do. I just save this. Okay, now you can create a cron entry. You execute the cron tab. Cron tab will give you what are the cron entries you have for the EC2 user. It is not coming. Okay, let's see cron tab minus L. No cron tab available. If you do cron tab minus E, it is going to edit. So I wanted to run every day in the morning, right? So I'll just say star here as well. This thing. So at 9, every day, 9 o'clock. I'll be using this here. Okay. What is the command you want me to run? You want me to run this command, home EC2 user scripts cleanup.log. That's it. If you want to route the output, you can also add the output to /home/ EC2 user scripts cleanup.log. This is cleanup.sh, not the log. Clear? So now what happens? This will be run every day 9 o'clock and this script will be executed. The output will be sent to this file. This is what the cron are used for. Scheduled tasks, we call it. Okay, now it has been running successfully. Okay, so now by using same functionality, I want you to come up with a real-time scenario. Everybody focus. Okay, so now I am going to give you a task that you will be writing. Okay, so there is a file. So we receive feed from Bloomberg. Bloomberg means, so Bloomberg is a provider where it gives you all the security informations, like trading informations, like position informations. So they send the file between 7 to 9 in the morning. Okay, so once file arrives, it takes 1 hour to load for you, process the data. So it means if file arrives at 7 o'clock, so you can start immediately. By 8, your reports will be ready. If the file arrives at 9 o'clock, then your reports will be available at 10. But your business starts at 9 a.m. Your business wants the reports 9 a.m. at any cost. In case if there is any delay, they want to be notified. But you have a SLA 7 to 9 from Bloomberg. You can only escalate and you can only find them if they send the file beyond 9 o'clock, right? But if they send you file at 8:59, you will take 1 hour. So 9:59, the report will be available. Your business will be lost at 59 minutes. Getting my point? Hello?
Yeah, yes.
So you have like a file coming from Bloomberg, which is like your security providers. They can send you the feed between 7 to 9, and to process it takes 1 hour. But 9 a.m. your business needs them immediately to do a better training. Now you need to write a script, okay, that starts at 7 o'clock. Okay, it waits, it looks for the file. If it is available, then starts processing. And the same file continuously runs. So it verifies. So then it verifies at 7:30. Do I have file available? No. Then I am going to send an email to support persons saying that, hey, file hasn't arrived yet. Then you will again verify at 8 o'clock. If the file is arrived, it is good. If it is not, then I will be sending an email to vendor. So who provides my files? And then support team saying that file hasn't arrived yet. Now again at 8:30, if the file does not come, then you are going to drop an email to business saying that we haven't received the file, so there will be a potential delay availability of the reports. Then you also send an email to vendor and support and management. At 9 o'clock, if the file does not arrive, then you are going to escalate to Bloomberg management. So vendor, management, business, support, then management. So you will be running the script at 7 o'clock that loops, that runs until 9 o'clock. Okay. And then for every 30 minutes, you're adding check. So if the file arrives at 7 o'clock, then it gets processed. If files arrives at 7:10, then it gets processed. If the file arrives at 7:29, it gets processed. If file arrives at 7:31, it means a email must have been sent. At 7:30, file not arrived, send an email. Then 7:35, file arrived, then process. If it is not, look for the file. At 8 o'clock, do we have a file? No. Then send an email. Then look for it. Then wait for the file. If file arrives at 8:05, then process it. So this is the logic I want you to write in a script. Now you tell me what are the things that you consider here to implement this solution. This is a real-time scenario. Okay. Now you tell me. You got the question, right? Everybody?
Yes,
Back up. So you got the question, right?
Yeah, okay.
And now you tell me how you can write a logic here.
so we'll schedule a job to look for the file every minute.
Every minute. So I mean, you are going to
Start
schedule a
the
job that every minute. Okay.
starting 7.
Mhm.
And then we write some conditions where to check the times for 7:38 and 8:30 and 9 because it has special events to push an email.
Mhm.
So
Okay. So if you run the file from 7 to 9, the file arrived at 7:10. So do you really need to run the file verification for every minute until 9?
no,
Then
So if you find it, then process it.
Mhm.
Until you find a file, you need to check.
Mhm. That's right. But what are the things you use here? What you needed in your code?
Checking for the file. Um, I mean, tracking the file until you get the file.
Mhm.
Um, so once you get the file, it will become false. Like then process the file.
Yeah. So let's check the Bloomberg, right? So let's take the Bloomberg.sh. Okay. So you will be writing a first script. Okay. Let's make it clear. So you need to verify the file availability. Okay. How do you check? If minus E. Okay. What do you call? So what you do it here? What do you call? What do you call? What do you call here? File, right? So let's say the feed is actually bloomberg.txt. So if file arrives, it means exist. Okay, file exists, then I'll be processing it. Okay, processing it. That is fine. You do exit 0 after that because you are done, right? So exit 0 here. So if the file does not exist, so what you need to do? You need to, let's say this is file exists, then you are going to call. So now I am going to create a function. Okay, the function, no, not the function here. Yeah, first take the loop. Okay, so the first loop I'll be taking I is equal to 1. Okay, my start counter, or maybe I can say start, let's say simple variables I is equal to 1. Okay, I need to loop this, right? So while $I, okay, is less than or equal to, we need to loop for 2 hours. 2 hours means 60 plus 60, 120 minutes. I am loop this for 120 minutes. Okay, then then I am going to verify. So if this is the stuff, if the file arrives, then it will be processed. Okay, if not, then I need to verify the details, right? If not, I need to verify file does not arrive. $I minute file does not arrive at I printed. Okay, now I need to verify if I said at 30 minute, right? I said 30 minute. If $I is equal to 30, then I need to call the support. Okay, support. I just took a function there. Okay, elif $I is equal to 60. Then I need to call support as well as vendor, right? Elif. No, there is no function here. I'm just calling support vendor elif $I is equal to 90. Then you are going to call support, you are going to call vendor, you are going to call the business. Okay, elif $I is equal to 120. You call support, you call vendor, you call business, you call escalate. Okay, and then you just say fee. Clear? This is what the loop. Now I need to increase my loop counter, right? So this is a fee here. Then let I plus is equal to 1. I need to sleep. I need to sleep, right? So done. This is my loop is completed. Now I'm just going to write the do here. Then I'm going to write my functions. My first function will be support, right? So you can say, just say echo informing support persons. That's it. And then another function called like a vendor. You call like a vendor echo informing vendor, and you save this. Another function we have like a business. Informing business about the delay. So you'll be drafting an email here actually. EL means we can use like a send mail function, send mail command to send an email as well. Escalate. Done. Oh, sorry. Now got it? So I wrote 4 functions here. 4 functions will have their unique commands here. Okay. Now I'm started the loops here. First I will be 1. So I 1 less than or equal to 120, which is true. It is going to verify the file. If it does not exist, then this block will not work. It enters the else. Okay, else it will be entered. It is going to say processing this. If it is I is equal to 30, this will be printed. It's not right. So it will come down. Fee is over. It sleeps for 1. So I just took here 1 minute, 1 second. Okay. So if you want to sleep for 1 minute, you need to put it as a 60 here. It sleeps for 1 minute there. But for practice purpose, I just use the 1. Assume 1 second here is a 1 minute. Okay. And then it's done. Then I becomes 2. I becomes 3. I becomes 4. I becomes 5. I becomes 30. So file does not arrive at. So 30 equal 30. Yes, I am going to call for the support. And then if block is over, it comes down. So now I become 31, 32, 33, 34, 60. This will be printed. Support and vendor. Now 90 support vendor business. 120 support vendor business and escalate. And then after 120, the script exists because it is not able to do anything. Or you can also add the logic here as well. If it is 120, so you can loop till like 121. 121. Okay. You can also add a condition here. Elif $I is equal to 121. Then, okay, you can say the file did not arrive. So exiting the script. That's it. You got the point, right? Hello?
Yes, Lokesh.
That's fine. It's how simple it is. We can also use a switch case also here. Since we know the constant number, right? 30, 60, 90, 120, we can also replace it with the switch as well. Now I have used a function also so that I can modify the function's business user's name separately. So my logic is not touched. So I save this. Now let me run this, which is like bloomer.sh, right? See, 1 minute, not arrived. File is not arrived. File is not arrived. So let's wait for 30 and see what happens. Okay, I'm going to quit this. It is looking for the file bloomer.txt, right? Let's wait for 30. So file is not arrived. I'm going to create the file and then see the loop gets exit automatically. Let's assume this is like every minute. Okay. See, informing support. It did inform. Now same happens for the next also. So let's wait for 160 also, and then I'll create the file. Then the loop gets exit. The file is not arrived at. File is not arrived at. Okay, it's a file does not arrive at, but I used files. Okay, plural. Come on. See, informing support and vendor. So let's create the file now. See, file arrived and then it processed it and then loop exit. This is simple logic. So if you are a support person and you need to do this, then you have to wake up at 7 o'clock and look for the file. Hey, file arrived, file arrived, file arrived. So then you're setting alarm 7:30. Do I have file arrived? File does not arrive. Then you draft an email. Again, you set alarm at after 30 minutes. File not arrived. Send an email. But sometimes you may busy, right? So now if you write a script, the script will take care everything automatically. Then we can focus on something else. See, you don't need to get up at 7 o'clock to do all this as well. Clear, right? This is like a real-time example, guys, which I happen to write this in back to 2009 or 8, I think. Okay. So any doubts on this? Hello?
Oh, okay. I'm good.
You got the logic, right? So now you know if else, right? You know functions, you know loops. Now you know cron tab also. It's all about managing. So since I'm just printing echo here, you can actually use the send mail command. Send mail command with subject recipients, that it sends an email. You need like a SMTP to be available in your server, that your Linux team will take care in the company. Okay, so let's check what else we have. Loop file. I think these are same. I think, yeah, this is like a same logic, but we enhanced it more. Loops file checks. Yeah, the same thing here. So maybe I'm using for loop here. That's it, nothing else. And then SCP files. So this is like try to understand what happening here. This is like same. So now you got the file, right? So you got the file here, right? So how you want to process it? So if you just want to copy the file to a target server, so you will be using like a SCP command. SCP command to copy the file. So I'm using the SCP command here, and then I'm also comparing the size that it got properly copied, like further validation. So this is actually needed if you're working in a, now you don't need all this because there are so many other ways that you could do transfers. Okay, but if you want, you can understand this. Okay, that's about here. So let me also copy this file. This looks good, neat. Okay, bloomer.sh. I'll copy this, add the file here, right? What is this? 15 loops file check. Let me copy this name first. This will be done. There you go. We can also now verify this file. Okay, so that's it. This is like a small AWS command. So if you wanted to use like a AWS with the script, you can use this. Okay, this we will cover it later. So this is about our bash script. So do you guys have any doubts that you want me to explain or cover something that we missed? Hello,
No location.
all good, right?
Yes.
Perfect. So we will be covering, so after bash we will be covering AWS. Okay, the cloud, AWS cloud. So AWS cloud actually has various services. So those many services is bit tough, to be honest, because whatever I know, I'll be covering those concepts. So the concepts will mostly be like your your like AWS EC2. EC2 I will be covering, okay, and then VPC, and then S3, and then RDS, and then like bit of CloudWatch, and then IAM, and then what else we have? Yeah, I'll probably touch base on the Route 53, and then like EBS, EFS. What else? What else? What else? What else? And EKS. Okay, so this I will be covering as part of the your cloud classes. Okay, so once the cloud is completed, then we jump on to GitHub, and then we move to Jenkins, and then we move to like a Docker, Kubernetes, Ansible, and then Terraform. So we have these many yet to cover. Okay, so I'll probably try to spend less time on AWS, and so that we can cover remaining stuffs. Okay, so if you know all these tools and technologies, cracking interview is very easy. Okay, so that's about so this class today. So I think we can meet tomorrow, and we can start with the AWS. Is that fine?
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Cool, guys.
Yes.
Then so in case if you don't understand, let me know, or you can ping me in WhatsApp. I'll try to correct myself. Okay,
Yeah, sure, Lokesh.
Yeah, okay.
perfect, guys. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Thank you, Lokesh.